Hello, welcome back. It's Trisha Fulton here, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how you can build any sales page that you want in ThriveCart. Now, if you've been looking online what sort of designs, what to include, you've probably seen some great things, but maybe you couldn't buy it because it wasn't available for sale. Maybe it was a blog article and someone was sharing the information, but they didn't want to give you the sales page. I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is for you to build your own sales page, no matter what the design, the colors that you want to use. Now, there are a few tools and a few tricks that I'm going to share with you, so I'll go through this step by step. This video will be a bit slow as I talk through, and I'm also going to wing it a little bit and just go on the fly, and that way I can show you exactly how it would be if I was starting from scratch in your position as well. The first thing I want to tell you is don't be overwhelmed. You'll get through this, it'll all be okay. Just have some fun and just play around with ThriveCart and play around with your sales page. Don't stress out about it. The second thing is follow the tips that I provide here. We want to first look at the layout, and this is, I guess you call it the functionality, the visual appeal of your sales page. The content that goes into your sales page, the final words that you use, the headlines, the images. Let's come back to that later. Don't stress about it right now. That's the last thing you want to do. Otherwise, you'll just get overwhelmed and never finish it. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how you can design any sales page in ThriveCart easily and quickly, and how you can have the confidence to do this for yourself or ask someone to do it for you by knowing what questions to ask. We're going to cover 4 things in today's lesson. We're going to show you how to build any sales page. I'm also going to go to Google and find a design that I like, that I think is kind of cool, and I'm going to show you the drag and drop builder and the step-by-step process to do this. So just to be clear that you and I are both on the same page, what is a sales page? A sales page is a single page to sell products or services. It's also called a landing page, and sometimes people call it a funnel. Now, the sales page is the actual place where a transaction takes place. So this is where your customer will come to your website, they'll see the information, and they'll make a decision whether to buy or not to buy. Now, if you look around online for long enough, you'll see that there are a ton of different opinions on sales pages and what you should and should not include. Now, I like to think opinions are a bit like armpits, they stink, and everyone has one. So choose what feels right for you and what is the best for your audience. Only you will know that because you will work with them. In some instances, a long form sales letter will work really well, and in other instances, just short and snappy and to the point. I tend to think that there's a balance between the both. If you're selling something for a very low product price, or it's for free, perhaps not as detailed is not necessary. It just depends on what you're trying to demonstrate and share with your audience. And perhaps if you're doing a much more expensive product, you're going to want to put a lot more content in there. Now, the great thing about building your sales page on ThriveCart is there is no limit to the length. You can make it really long, like an entire page, or you can make it really small just with the checkout part. Whatever you want to do, you can do that with your ThriveCart sales page. Now, if you don't have a ThriveCart account yet, I've included a link in the description below so you can get a lifetime license at a discount, and that means you don't pay any more monthly fees. Now, I've also written a little short story in there to share with you. I found out about ThriveCart from my friend Sue. We've been friends for many years, and I was whinging to her about the cost of Kajabi and ClickFunnels. And before that, I used Kartra and SamCart. And I was just frustrated because it takes a while to get going in your business and takes a while to figure out how to build things, how to build a funnel, what you should include, is your product right, is the course right, all this information. And whilst you're figuring it out, it also costs you a lot of money. And I just got annoyed with paying all this money all the time. So I decided, after talking to Sue, she said, Trish, just get this ThriveCart account. It's really good. And if you don't like it, you can get a refund in 30 days. To me, that's a no risk guarantee, so I went right for it. So if you haven't got ThriveCart, sign up and purchase the upgraded Pro account, which will give you all the features that you'll see in this video and any of the other tutorials that I offer to you. Okay, so there are 4 things that you're going to need. Firstly, you're going to need a ThriveCart account. Second thing is you're going to need a placeholder text to build out this page, and you're going to need some images as well. And the last thing you're going to need is a product to sell. So you cannot have a sales page without something to sell to go with it. The sales page is what the customer sees when they do the transaction. That's the landing page. And the product is at the back end that attaches to it. It all works together as a whole set. These are the 3 things, and I'm going to step you through the process. We're going to build this together in just a minute, but let me show you what we're going to do. So the first step is we're going to find a design that's something that inspires us and makes us feel good. There's lots of different styles, and depending on who you are, if you're a male, you might like to go perhaps a more stronger blues and blacks and white colors. Totally up to you, whatever makes you happy. If you're a female looking for a very soft touch in your sales pages, you might go for more the beiges, the grays, the pastels, the soft colors. Me, I'm pretty straightforward. I prefer a white background, black text, and a bit of color here and there. I'm not really the kind of person to do beige in the background, but for this example I might do it. I'll see how we go. The next thing we're going to need is some dummy text. Now the dummy text will help you get over the fear of putting the wrong information in. So be calm, be zen, feel good about this, don't stress, it's all okay. The dummy text, Lorem Ipsum, you can just Google it and you can copy paste from Lorem Ipsum to build it out, and I'll show you what I mean as we go through it. There's also a Google Chrome extension called Color Picker, and it's spelt the American way, Color Picker. Please go in and download that, because you're going to need that to be able to grab the color of any image on the internet that you want to make for your background color. The next thing you're going to need is some sample graphics. You can use Canva. I use Canva every day. It's really easy. You can make it any shape and size, or you can just pick a picture of your cat and use that for the moment until you get to the final part and you've kind of got the design and the build right, and now you want to go and add your final images and your text. So as long as you've got some Lorem Ipsum and a couple of images to use as placeholders, you can always go back and add the content later. And then the last thing I'm going to do is go live. So I'm going to show you a page. Now, if you haven't signed up to my free ThriveCart course, please do that. It's down below. There's a link in the description. And what you're going to see there, this is a bit of a hybrid sales page. I did this on purpose because I want to show you what's possible. A lot of templates you see online will show you a really short, snazzy sales page, like the ones on the first column here, find a design inspiration. In the old days with the Dan Kennedy copywriting, the long form sales letter was a lot more popular, and that's what I have based this sales page on, and that's the image that you'll be able to see. But we're going to go for, maybe we'll try a couple in this tutorial. Let me know what you think and what you found more helpful. You may want to just go mute on this video now for the next couple minutes and just go on fast forward so you can quickly see how it's all built out. Okay. I'm going to switch over now to my ThriveCart account. I'm going to go to my ThriveCart seller account, which is my pro. And the very first thing that you need before you get started, this is a brand new account. There's not much happening in this account at all. You need a product, a course, something to sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to base this new sales page off a course that I've built, which is ThriveCart with Trisha. And we'll get started from there. So just so you know, you'll need something in this course lesson area. I'm going to use ThriveCart success formulas and funnels, and I'm going to build a sales page. The next thing I need to do is head over to products, and I'm going to create a product. A product is the word that ThriveCart uses for a sales page, checkout page, landing page, a funnel, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing, but they call it a product. So let's create a product. I'm going to create a new product. And we're going to call this sales page ThriveCart Sales Page Tutorial with Trisha. You probably wouldn't want to do it that long in real life. I'm just making this up so we can create it together. Now, when you type in the title of your sales page, it will create the URL to match, which is just down here. Select an owner, that's myself, and a descriptive label. This is a test tutorial, YouTube. And when we start creating, it's always going to be in test mode. Now, as you can see along the top here, there are a number of buttons or tabs or layers, you can call it. What will happen is every time you create a product, a landing page, you'll go through these steps every single time. It's sequential. So you start at the left, and then when you press next, it takes you to the next one, the next one, the next one, next one. So I'm starting completely from scratch, so you can see this and we can just go through this together. Sell on USD. I want to make this product $27, no trial period. Yep, that's correct. Save. I also want to give an option to pay your own price. I love this one. If you sign up for my free ThriveCart course, you can get it for free, or you can pay your own price. If you pay your own price, you can select the minimum. So let's make that $10. If they pay $10, show them a message. Maybe if they want to pay $100, wow, you are amazing. And what will happen is whatever they choose will be awesome. Okay, 1,000. Hooray. Next. Save. I can't give you any advice on the tax because I am not a tax attorney, but I would definitely take a look at this button and have a look at it and see whether or not it is for you. Tax is typically charged based on the purchaser's location. In Australia, we have what's called GST tax. Other places have different tax. Do you want to customize a notification? Nope. Go next one. Do you want to offer a bump? Now, some companies, SamCart, ClickFunnels, Kajabi, they may call it a bump. I think ClickFunnels uses the word bump and the others use upsell, but that's where you can add this in. But just for simplicity, let's skip that because we want to keep this really simple. I'm also going to skip the Stripe. Oh, goodness gracious. Stripe Legacy. I don't want to promote. So if I had an affiliate, if you wanted to sell my products for me, you could join as an affiliate and I could allow you to sell it and you could earn a commission. I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to keep this really simple. And I'm keeping this simple as well. Now, this is important. After the purchase has been completed, they have paid you, they've been through the checkout, they've got the thank you message. The very next thing is where they go to collect the products. It's really important that you don't miss this one. I missed it the first couple of times. It took me a while to figure it out, and that's why I want to just give you this bit of emphasis. You can either display a total invoice, send them to a URL, or add them to my membership site. So it's actually the membership site. Membership means the ThriveCart. So you can choose an area in ThriveCart they'll go to immediately after the purchase. So if you are buying this from me today, I say go to my ThriveCart Learn, anyone who gets it, and let's give them access to, there we go, ThriveCart success formulas. And we're done. So what this means is once they've paid, they'll be automatically taken to the course to log in, and they'll also receive an email notification. But it's all automated, so you don't need to do anything. Now there are 4 different types. Let me explain why you would use which one and where. Standard is pretty much the one I use for everything. If you were wanting to do something a bit more detailed or provide a video sales letter with your sales page, you choose the sales cart. If you had a website and you wanted to add it in as a code to a website, so build it into your website page, you would do the embeddable option. Or if you want it to be a pop-up on your website, then you would do the pop-up option. You and I today are going to go with the stock standard option. So this one here. We're going to launch the editor. And we're going to get started. Now, it's very simple, as you can see. The price is already populated. It's pretty boring. There's nothing much happening here. Let's go have some fun with Google. So before this video, I went to Google to check out a few searches. I said, show me ThriveCart sales page. And then I scrolled through and blah, blah, blah. There's some information. And then I want to go to images. And I'm looking through and I'm saying, now what I am looking for is not necessarily the color, but the layout or the description they've given to go with it. There's one lady on YouTube who says that she 5x'd my sales page with ThriveCart. Now she doesn't actually give you a picture of the sales page, like you can't download a picture. You can buy, I think you can buy her template, which is great. But when you go through the video, you will be able to see a picture. Now, what I'm going to teach you right now, you'll be able to go through that video, hold the screenshot, and then go through it and build it out once you know how to do this. Having a look through. I think I'll do 2 types for you today. Let's call this video 1, and video 2 I will come back with another type. This lady has some pretty cool looking sales pages. This guy's got some pretty good ones. This lady's got some other ones. Okay. I get a bit of anxiety when I see too many things going on a sales page. Often by the time I get to the sales page, I just want to buy whatever it is that they're there for. I don't want to have to go through lots and lots of colors and pop like it's preschool or kindergarten. So just think about what your customers want. This looks like a really nice sales page, and then this one looks like a really nice sales page. So let's do this one. ThriveCart template shop. Okay, I'm not going to steal her ideas. I'm just going to show you an idea how you would build it. Okay, check out templates. She's made it a little bit fuzzy, so it's hard to read. But let's just have some fun. Okay. What I'm looking at when I'm viewing a template is I'm looking at the layout. So if you can imagine, all these sections are blocks, and each block has a piece of information. So let's look at this one. This one has the top block, row 1 is an image. So that's literally a picture uploaded. The second row is a header. So this is like a title. The next row is the checkout page, and then she's got a blank there. So I would say this is a very simple page. Let's just do this one for fun first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to go back to my ThriveCart, and we are going to switch between this one. Here we go. Image. Okay, so the first thing she has is an image. There we are, image. And I am just going to use an image that I have already created for a different product. Let's see what we've got here. I'm sure there's something that's pretty. That'll be fine. Now, like I said before, look at the shapes. This is how you know how to build it. So it's got a white background. So what she would have done here, create this in Canva and download it as a transparent background. So let's pretend that I've got this computer screen. Instead, I've got this picture. The next bit is a row with a title. Okay, we need a heading, so let's put that here. And what does she call her heading? Product name here. Product name here. Okay, good job. I noticed that she has also colored in the background. If you want to change the font size, let's make it bigger. And I think we might put some padding on the top row, some sort of kind of space it out a little bit in the bottom row, just so it's really obvious. Okay, that's that. Now, text color, that's okay. I'm pretty sure that we can improve the viewing on this. Let's just move to the next part. I know that we can change the color of the text, but you should be able to also pretty easily change the background. That's the text color. I'll come back to it. Next part, she has the cart and the checkout and the white space. Okay, so she's just made it as a single page cart, single step. So it's a little bit hard to see, but I think that says contact information, payment information, and create an order. She's hidden that right hand side, but that right hand side is where you would have some of this. So you could have it here, contact information. Let's just put that in larger. When you are setting up your contact information, this is the customer's information. On the left hand side, I want to enable first name, last name. She has first name, last name. Yes. Business name, not required. Nope. Customer, add custom fields. Show terms, conditions. Yes. So you would put in here, this product, T's and C's. Write it here. Show opt-in check-in box, yes. You'll be added to my email list. Done. Oh, that's it, really. Yep. So we're done. The other thing you would probably want to do is head over to the Adjust SEO settings, bottom left-hand side. And we want to call this the name of your sales page. ThriveCart funnels. Learn how to build a funnel in ThriveCart. Oh God, I spelled that wrong. Allow search engines to search it. Yes. Choose a favicon. That's the little button that goes, so instead of having the ThriveCart button, let's choose one that we have made for ourselves. Let's put this picture of a man. Yes, social media share image. Now, if I was to share this with you on social media, this is the picture that will go with it. And just for the sake of this exercise, let's put a martini in there. Super. Now, there are two colors on this page. Now, I said to you before that if you would like to customize some of the colors, you're going to need color picker. I have that here on my front screen. So say, for example, I didn't really like this blue color. I would go to her screen and I would go and pick out the color that she used, which is literally actually FFFS, just white. So let's just say I wanted to use this color as the background. Now also be mindful that when you do the background, you have to look at your font as well. There we are, changed. Would I use it? Probably not, because I don't really like that color very much. Go back to a nice light blue. You can literally put any color. Blue is always nice. They say blue and green should never be seen, so maybe you might want to make that green. Okay, so that's the cart sales page. That's a very simple sales page, okay? So let's go next. And this is the checkout page. Now, it's really boring. I like to make it a little bit more exciting. So in this part, this is where you want to try and keep the branding from page 1 to page 2. So if I look at the cart page, I have the header image and I have the product name. So let's start with that. Image. Let's give a heading. And instead of calling it the name of the product, let's give a positive message. Congratulations on your purchase of, and insert the product name in here. Now you can do whatever you like, but basically Control A, this is a header. Great. Now, another thing that works really well in this section are a couple of columns. How can people get in contact with you? So let's put here, for support, if you need help, please contact XYZ. And then it's always kind of cute, but it's up to you just to break up the pictures to put a picture of your support team. Now, I did have something like this before in my samples. This is a range of different things that I've made. Let's just do this one for the sake of it. For support, go here, and then okie dokie. I think that's awesome. You can also put a bit of background color, which I think works well. This is background color for the whole page, but I'm interested in background color for the box. There you go. Wow, that's really bright. As you can see, you can play around with it any which way you want. Okay, so we're going to get the URL. It's still in test mode. Looks fantastic. As you can see, it's here. Let's go back and make this a bit longer, and I want to show you what we're going to do. So we are going to go to next, 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 next. Okay, we talked a little bit about the longer format. You can sort of see here that she has this other format. So let's start that. Let's try and build that one out. Okay, so this one she has I'm going to go for this one here because it's a little bit easier to see. That one's hiding a bit. So she's got an image at the top, the title, columns, checkout information. Okay, so this is my lorem ipsum. I'm just going to grab any old text. Okay. Dragging the image across. We're going to drag across the title of the course. Let's see what she's got here. Then she's got another subtitle, so that's the larger title. So we want to make this a little bit bigger and centered, and make that a little bit bigger. Good job. And she's got some space, so let's make some space. There we are, got some space now. Next thing she has is a subheading, some text, subheading, and testimonial. Easy peasy. All right, so subheading, text. Now, remember we talked about this, don't stress out. Just put in some lorem ipsum, smile, and you have a great day. Don't need to worry. Now, I noticed that she has it as bullet points. So let's see what we can do for bullet points. Let's pretend that you wanted the long text. Bullet 1, bullet 2, bullet 3. I think that the ideal is 3 bullets, but the maximum is 5. Any more than that, it's just too much to process. People just make quick decisions unless you're spending thousands of dollars. Might take a bit longer. And I think she says here what they say. This is the testimonials part. So let's grab another fancy dance subheading. What they say. And just going to the top here. Just going to give this a quick save. It's not a bad idea to box. Okay, all I've done there is click boxed, and I'm going to do a multi-flow step instead of a single step, single, multi-flow. Okay, nice. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit heavy on this side. So it would just depend on how many things you want to put on the left and the right. Okay, there we go, subheading, what they say. You know, you could perhaps even drag what they say to this section and then add in the testimonials. Let's put a picture here of someone. There's a picture of me. I liked industry, John Smith. Add another testimonial. Let's put this testimonial on the right hand side. John Smith is another person. And let's add another testimonial. And maybe this one you want 2 people side by side, and you just want to say, maybe this is just a quick quote someone has said to you. Oh my goodness, Trisha. Just put this back to front. I just need to find some people's faces to put on here. Let's use this one, and let's use, okay, you want to use real testimonials. Don't fake it. That's not good. You want to be honest with your customers, because people see through dishonesty. It's important to do the right thing. Okay, now what you can see is, oh, it's so beautiful. The page is looking great. So she's got the testimonials on the left and the checkout page on the right. It's just a matter of swapping it over. Very, very simple. Now, if you are really happy and you said, yep, I'm good to go, this is it, and you love those colors, I have this other tool from Google called Go Full Page. It's free. And I like to take a PDF screen capture of the entire page and download this for 2 reasons. I download it as a PDF because I really want to see how it looks, and I get a good feeling of the balance. You want to have the right amount of picture and the right amount of text and the spacing, and looking at it like this, it's really beautiful to see. The second reason is if for any reason that it crashes and you don't know what's happened to all your information, you've got a backup copy. So we'll just download that PDF. Done. Next. Success page. As you can see, we have some different colors here. So let's get rid of this background image. Yes, remove the image. Okay, let's try and go for this beautiful soft blue color. So I'm just going to do a color pick. I've taken the code, I'm in the background. There we are. Might also like to try and change this to perhaps a version of blue. I think that would be nicer, because you want your branding to be consistent, right? You don't want to be looking like you're all over the place. I mean, I did give you some random colors to choose here. Okay, done. You can see this was the page before, and we've just changed it. And now we have a page here. Let's get rid of that top image, because I think it'd be nice to see how it looked without it. Okay. There you go. It's pretty. It's really nice. If you're not sure about what colors to use in your design, there are two ways to go about this. The first is to stick to your branding colors, which and just do a lighter or darker shade of your primary branding color. Or the second option is to choose an image that you'll be using in the sales page and pick a component of that color. That color picker that we looked at before, I would just click on that and go over to this picture here and find a version of this blue that I really liked. That blue, and then I would simply make this background blue and everything else the same. And very subconsciously, the design elements will come together. When you're having a look at any of these products that people are selling, they're fantastic products, there's no doubt about them, but there's no reason why you can't build this yourself, or at least start to sort of see how you want it, because even though you can buy these templates, you might decide that it's not exactly what you want. It's very easy to customize it. Now, I wasn't picking out on this particular person who's selling it, I was just using that as an example. This is the end of the tutorial. I believe we have covered everything that we said. Your ThriveCart account, your placeholder text, use lorem ipsum, placeholder images, just pick a picture and insert it, and then course digital products. The only thing I didn't show you, but I think I'll quickly do that now before we finish the end of this video. Let's go back to the checkout. I want to show you how to change the size of your image. This is so beautiful, this picture, but let's just say that you want to have two pictures here. And the first picture is the martini. And by the way, I own a company called the Tea Cartel. That's why I've got so many awesome pictures here. I've just clicked the two pictures up on the left hand element option. So what it is, I put my mouse onto the picture and then I change it from a single image to a two image. So I'm going to go back here and I want to choose another image for here. And you can see that doesn't look very nice because the picture is a different shape. That's a horizontal and that's a vertical. But what I can do is I can either edit the image, or I can make the image the right size. So let's just pick this one for the sake of having something. So we can either reduce or increase the size, but I would go to Canva and I would create two images of the same size and then input it here. But if you do want to change the actual width size of the image, you can reduce it. Okay, so if these two were different images but the same size, click on here and you can reduce the size in case that is what you prefer. You can also move this down in between a testimonial like this, even like this. Before we spoke about the screen capture, like I would take a look at this page and I'll say, you know what, there's an empty space here. What would be useful to put there, or is that space, the white space, too large? So for this blue space, probably what I would do is I wouldn't necessarily use those images, but I would put down a guarantee seal like this, or you can put this underneath the payment information. But you can find things to fill the space. You might even want to add a little tiny video in here. Let's go and see Elon Musk YouTube space.
It's everything you wish for.
Okay, done. Let's see what's happened. I'm just refreshing the screen. There you go. I've added a little video at the bottom. Okay, that was rather long. I hope you didn't get too bored. Please leave a message below if you have any questions. Let me know what you think. Is there anything in there that I didn't cover that you would like some more information on? Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my next video. I've got some information that you might enjoy watching and going through some tutorials on how to use ThriveCart and maximize your account. I want to reassure you that you can build any type of sales page you want as long as you take the time to understand the different building blocks and you can move things around on the page. Okay, namaste. Have a great day.